Alright, let me just turn on my mic test. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the winner's circle. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all the way here in our second losers finals match of this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gary Criolla, and joining me in the VC is the lovely Helena. Welcome to the winner's circle.
Hello everybody, so yeah, we are now at the closing points of the match, of the tournament. It's just this match, tomorrow's winners finals, and then the grand final, and it's over. There's just 4 players remaining, or 5 I think. And yeah, this is Kehest versus squarem. I am pretty sure you all know, if you're kind of acquainted with the 4-digit tournament scene, you know both of these players, some very outstanding players. On a map pool that will definitely challenge them. I think this is 7 points, or maybe... I can't really recall how much this is, but it's definitely high.
Yeah. I think both of these players are very, very well acquainted in the 5-digit scene. I believe both of them have 5 badges each. If you guys don't know, of course, squarem, I believe their greatest achievement is 5WC2024, being 5WC2024's winner, part of the Polish roster and one of the main carries from there. Kehest, on the other hand, I believe Division 4 winner of Kanyo Cup, with a bunch of other very, very solid accomplishments under their belt, such as SS3, being SS3 winner, and of course being from the Romanian OWC 2022 and 2024 roster. Overall, all of these players are very, very acclaimed, and they have a lot of accomplishments under their belt. So definitely hoping for a match to behold, definitely hoping for a close match. I believe the last match that we saw in the other losers finals match was Stella Sue versus Qstronaut, and that one was a 4-7. I think, however, looking at the players that we have on hand today, looking at the combined experience that we have in the lobby, I definitely think this matchup can swing either way. We're getting into our picks and bans, and Helia, would you like to tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, I just think we are going to see some absolute cinema. I expect some outstanding performances from these players, and I see some close picks coming in here, I think. You definitely know these players more than I do. I am kind of new in the scene. We see first ban DP2 for squarem. Then it's gonna be Kehest banning 2 maps.
Yeah, I think in the pick and ban phase, or at least in the ban phase, we're gonna start to see some of the binary tensions that we have in this map. Currently, squarem going for that early DT2 ban with Kehest
responding with digital one.
That's right. Already, squarem seems to want to take the back foot on the tapping. Kuroko, I believe that is a very tapping intensive map, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, and it's actually a game control map. Fortunately, not too familiar with both. But Kehest does go for the hidden 1 ban, so perhaps suggesting that they aren't the most comfortable when it comes to hidden. Meanwhile, squarem sticking to his gun, sticking to the DT bench, really wants to get those DTs. Really wants to get those DTs off the board for himself right now, and with that, Kehest will be closing up the ban phase with his ban.
Oh yeah, the pool is 7.8 stars apparently. Now I got it. So very different, very difficult indeed. And it's a double deep ban for squarem. While Kehest decides to ban hidden 1 and no mod 6. The real nothing, you idiot.
But yeah, some things that we can already point out in this ban phase. It looks like going into this matchup, Kehest wants to try as much as possible to avoid the less, conventional picks. I think Death and Romance, at the end of the day, is still pretty mechanics heavy, but it's known for 2 things: being a very, very long map, and being a map that's incredibly intensive on your aim agility. The awkward aim on it is just absolutely insane. So it looks as though Kehest wants to try to dance around that, and immediately we get to see why squarem decided to go for the DT bans. Instant first pick from on DT3 by Kehest. It's going to be I'm not gonna try to pronounce that artist's name, but it's gonna be
you mean Shoujo Zenjido?
Oh shit! Oh crap! Tricklash got it prepared. Holy crap! Yeah,
I mean, I can articulate myself.
Yeah, I believe this is a 300 BPM tapping map. It is
300 BPM, yeah.
Yeah, it is a
the mapper is Elchia, so
yeah, we loved our Elchia no mod too, so we love our Elchia speed mechanics maps. So this map doesn't feature a lot of bursts here and there, but overall, where there are bursts, they are 300 BPM 5-note intensive bursts. So I think it's going to be interesting. I think this is one of the more RNG picks here, but given how squarem has clearly shown in the ban phase that they might not be the most comfortable on the DTs, Kehest is definitely looking very strong going into this pick.
Made the best rapid trigger win. Already we begin, we see a very... no, it was a Bancho miss actually from squarem. They're still both in full combo. The accuracies, of course, are not gonna be too high. This is skill cap, I think, or almost skill cap for both players. 85% for squarem and 88% for Kehest in this early break. And yeah, that's how they go.
Yeah, right now Kehest showing a slight advantage when it comes to the comfort on this map. 4% ag lead signifying so, but you know, as we get into this map, the stamina will really start to take a toll on some of these players. Already, squarem looking like he's falling quite a bit behind in terms of the accuracy. In fact, that score lead has now generated to about 30k in favor of Kehest. Once again, this is a very, very short map, so anything can still happen. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and squarem is going to be the first one to find that miss. And with that, that scoreline is just going to skyrocket in favor of Kehest, but Kehest trades it out.
Finds a break again, but the accuracy is on Kehest's side still. The combo is about the same, but the accuracy is really what buys it for Kehest.
Yeah, that's right. Once again, it is still mellow between both these players right now. It is going to equalize, and that is just going to play in favor of Kehest as we move into the second half of the map.
It's a 10% accuracy lead for Kehest on top of an equal combo. But just that 10% is it translates to 120k advantage. It's an A rank versus a C rank. The map is fast, it just keeps going.
Yeah, that's right. That accuracy difference has now surmounted to about 10% at this point, and it's looking harder and harder for squarem to even make this comeback. Kehest needs to miss, and he needs to miss now in order for squarem to have any shot to come back. A double miss from the lobby, and you know that is just going to continue to equalize the Tricklash. I don't think there's anything squarem can do at this juncture.
Yeah, the map is short, it's very short. You see the tiny sliver of map left, it's just like 10 seconds, like 200 combo tops, and it's 160k lead for here. There's just not enough map. I think we're gonna see an early 1-0. I mean, it was Kehest pick, squarem banned 2 DT maps. I think we could kind of predict this like right from the beginning. We are yet to see the close picks, because they are gonna come, and trust me, they are gonna come.
Yeah, that's right, but that is going to be a first point towards Kehest. That's exactly how you want to win your first pick, you know, with dominance, with confidence, and I think Kehest did just that. You love to see it. We're going to see the next pick coming up from squarem, and if I had to guess, I would honestly say maybe a hidden.
And there we go. So now it's gonna be squarem's pick. Maybe going towards a more gimmicky sort of pick.
And that's what we're expecting, right, from a player like squarem. You know, squarem banned out the DTs. It's expected that Kehest will respond with a DT. But now, in fact, we see a Harbor 3, oh my goodness, pick from squarem. It's keeping in sort of that control-y aspect that we sort of anticipated Kehest to not really want to play around. Although this is uncharted territory, Harbor 4 has not been touched this matchup, so it's a good time to get some information from both sides, I think.
Definitely. This is the... Honestly, I wouldn't know how to describe this map. It's Alp, it's sort of precision, it has weird stuff in it.
Yeah, I mean hard rock all, am I right? 140 BPM, sort of in that green zone of all. At the end of the day, it is going to put a huge strain on your aim control, but we'll have to see how it goes. From what I know, I definitely don't think this map is inaccessible to Kehest. Although squarem in his own right is a very strong hard rock player as well. So really, I think this map might be a bit more contested than the DT3 that we saw before.
Yeah, definitely. And right now we are going to see Kehest with an early break while squarem just keeps trudging through this early section with 98% accuracy, but the map is still at the beginning and it's 3 minutes, so we can see literally anything happen right now, Gami.
Yeah, that's right. It's still gonna be slow. And as you can see, this map is going to be testing alt. Oh my goodness, snap alt, pardon me. It's all about these fast aims, it's about these sharp angle changes that come in very, very quickly. About 180 BPM burst if you're counting it in terms of a jump map. But as we get into the build-up, we're gonna move straight into our first diss fight. Both players hit them and we are full swing into the KI.
And Kehest actually finding a recovery in this first TI and actually finding an advantage because squarem has just slider broke, I think, Gami. Can you confirm that wasn't a slider break?
Yep, I think it was a slider break coming in from squarem, but slider break or not, that is going to be a loss in combo for squarem. Meanwhile, Kehest continuing to put the pressure, still holding on to that FC 40k score lead right now in favor of Kehest. Hits the div spike, and now they move into a slightly calmer section. Kehest has a lot of free combo ahead of them.
Yeah. Kehest just seems to be unstoppable right now. On a pick, that wasn't even there. This should be a break point if Kehest manages to win. We are already at half the map and Kehest is still full combo with 97% accuracy while squarem is kind of struggling to keep the combo and trying to claw back into this pick.
Yeah, that's right, Tricklash. But we're getting into our next diss fight, back into the swing of the KI. Kehest needs to miss and he needs to miss now. Don't count out squarem just yet. Waiting right for the opportunity for Kehest, but Kehest is just that consistent of a player that they are just not willing to give up whatsoever. 400 score lead and maintaining that score lead 2/3 into the map. Kehest is just absolutely going ham. Will they be able to walk towards the end of the KI with their combo attack? Both players find a miss at the diss spike, and it is once again just gonna be equal between both of these players.
If squarem didn't miss there, I think that would have been point for squarem maybe, but sadly that was a lobby crasher, not just a miss for Kehest. So now we see the last section of the map and I think Kehest is gonna keep holding on to the lead with a 200k lead. I think it's gonna be breakpoint, it's gonna be 2-0. Squarem finding 2 misses on that small jump section. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Kehest race just now, but it's the ending of the map and the score lead is too much. I think it's gonna be breakpoint now, Gami.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I anticipated, right? Squarem picking into uncharted territory. You never really know how strong Kehest is on this hard rock pool, and I think this serves as a pretty good reminder moving forward in the matchup to sort of avoid these hard rock pools. And you know, using this pick is pretty difficult for squarem. Squarem's in now a difficult spot. You know, you had your opponent ban out a control-y pick in No Mod 6, right? And now they walk away with this Hard Rock 3 with a win. So now it becomes a lot more difficult for you to plan out your next few picks. Kehest is just gonna continue to stick on that beat train, however, and go into Q Karate 7-7 bootleg. What a bang! I love this song. I love this song. It's banger, bro. Banger, bro. This song's so good.
You see 7-7, you know it's a banger and you know it's a real finger breaker. It's 252 BPM. CS 3.4, 3 minutes, just pure, almost 8-star shred in 7.93 stars. So we're gonna see which one has the best rapid trigger keyboard, I think, at this point.
If you are, pressed about GT3 not having enough notes in their burst, yeah, this map definitely gonna make up for that. I mean, I think 250 BPM, that 50 BPM slower than the map that we saw in DT3, but this map is so intensive when it comes to your stamina. And I think a player like Kehest, who's so strong on raw speed, this is just gonna be a walk in the cake for him. Definitely a expected pick coming in from Kehest, but let's see how Q Korean goes.
Yeah. I mean, squarem is definitely disadvantaged in terms of speed, but actually we see the first break from Kehest and not from squarem. Squarem holding onto a 92% accuracy full combo. This may be a combo game from squarem. We may see squarem taking the lead on a speed pick. This is very interesting, but never mind.
Yeah, no, I think at the end of the day, the comfort really favors Kehest. A bunch of miss coming in from Kehest, but as we move into the KI square, it's gonna find breaks, and here's where the shred comes in. Is the song even Kyurian anymore? If you change all the drums from the song, is this even still the same song? I mean, that's a question for you to ask, but what is happening on screen is that both players absolutely shredding this map. No combos on the board whatsoever, and at the end of the day, accuracy is king. Kehest now holding a 10% ad lead over squarem.
11% tack lead actually, and we see again what we just saw with DT3. Kehest is just abuses squarem in speed every time, it seems. And I mean, that's the interesting thing about picks and bans. You kind of need to strategize around what your strengths and your weaknesses, and Kehest definitely knows their opponent and knows where they can take a safe point and where they cannot.
Yeah, that's right. We get into a more aim-heavy section, but I mean, as it stands right now, Kehest is showing absolute dominance on the map, and I think that miss from squarem is going to solidify it. Even if Kehest finds a miss during this shred section, I don't think it's even gonna matter. Finally goes down at the square happen, but I think that I mean, it's a third of the map towards the end, and I think it's already wrapped, dude.
Yeah. It's pretty much over. I mean, it's DT3 all over again, just a little longer and with slightly lower OD. But yeah, it's a replica of DT3. We actually see both players missing quite a lot this time around. But yeah, it's an A rank versus a B rank. It's a 10% tack lead again for Kehest. I think it's gonna be a 3-0, and now squarem really starting to get into this point where you see a 3-point lead from your opponent. You know that you're kind of struggling, but like there's still 4 points remaining, so nothing is really decided yet. It's a best of 13 match. You need to win 7 to be able to be in the entire thing. So
yeah, that's right. Kehest decimates that shred section, finally goes towards the end, and I wanted to mention what I think, given how the sequence of the picks have been going in this match with Kehest having first pick. I mean, it might just be oh my goodness, it might just be 1 breakpoint on this, 2 breakpoints on the side of Kehest, but that's already a 3. Wait, pardon me. It might just be 1 breakpoint from the side of Kehest, but that's already a 3-point lead against squarem. And I think that's definitely a very intimidating mental barrier that squarem needs to overcome going into the rest of this match, right? Squarem does respond with a hidden 2. I definitely think this makes a lot more sense, playing into your opponent's evident weakness in the Nomad 6 ban. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think squarem is the most well known for the hidden 2, which perhaps could explain why they didn't want to go for this hidden 2 right off the bat.
I mean, we're seeing Kehest going straight for the speed picks and trying to get those safe points in the beginning, while probably banking onto the fact that, like, you just said that a 3-point lead is already kind of taxing for any opponent. Meanwhile, squarem, I think, is just going for those picks that are like safe but not too safe. I think squarem is saving the real safe picks for later, to maybe regain some points, maybe hold on to that mental rush of adrenaline to be able to win the entire thing all at once. Which is a strategy that can work. Also, especially tournaments, he knows, is really much of a mental game. Like the slightest movement of your hand, depending on how your brain is wired, just changes everything, can change a lot of your scores.
Yeah, but we are going to get into Sasakune UK featuring Hatsune Miku and Kaito ZENO. This map features all Miku map. This map is a very, very intense reading check. A lot of weird alternate patterns, a lot of patterns that go in on itself, as well as a bunch of sliders here and there. We're already seeing, nobody in the lobby able to exercise true comfort as of right now. Kehest, however, is going to be leading against squarem with about an 8% ag lead. you know, having the longer end of the stick, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. All of these, I don't know if I could really call them wiggles because they're barely wiggles. There are 144 BPM kind
Mini
of
jumps.
wiggle-amy mini jumps, yeah. And just it's 144 BPM AR8 reading small bursts with random main control sections. Definitely something I wouldn't really even touch, honestly, as a player.
Yeah, no, this
stuff
map
I
is
dropped 10k on.
brutal. This is, I believe this is a very common hidden too. It's been seen in quite a few places if I do it, if I remember correctly. Although, yeah, no, this is, that does not make this map any easier whatsoever. But as it stands right now, despite Kehest going for the No Mod 6 ban, Kehest is in fact leading up against squarem. And this is what I was thinking, right? You know, despite Hidden 2 making a lot of sense for squarem, at the end of the day, if you yourself aren't the most comfortable on the leading, there's not really much avenue for you to abuse on. You know, both players being uncomfortable on a map just makes the map all the more RNG. As it stands right now, the RNG gods are staring very widely upon Kehest right now. 500 combo going into the slider section and completely demolishing it. Okay, Kehest.
What's happening? What is happening?
Holy crap!
What's gotten into Kehest's breakfast this morning? What is that?
Oh my goodness! Oh, finally it goes down, but
just now. That was a 700 combo. Gami, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, C2 just does C2 things, honestly. What can I say? Last quarter of the map, and it's basically wraps for squarem already, and it's unfortunate. Kehest is really shutting down a lot of squarem's avenues going into this part of the map, right? These players have played all sorts of maps. They've gone for the speed, they've gone for the control, and now Kehest has taken reading out of the picture. There really isn't much else that squarem can do. Maybe, you know, a raw aim pick is warranted for squarem, but even so, raw aim is a very accessible skill set, and given Kehest's dominance on consistency as of right now, even that looks risky. So it's gonna be rough for squarem to regain his footing going into this matchup.
I mean, honestly speaking, I have to make a point. No Mod 6 and Hidden 2 are very different types of both reading and tapping. So a No Mod 6 ban does not necessarily correlate to a worse performance in Hidden 2. We just saw that the players just played Hidden 2, but like even before the pick, I could kind of imagine Kehest winning this one. This one is like tapping intensive, 144 BPM, so kind of finger control-ish, altish, hidden reading at AR8, while No Mod 6 is more of it's 208 BPM. It's AR 7.5, and it's much more of a like memorization sort of reading map.
That's true.
Two different types of reading. And Kehest goes for the No Mod 2, still trying to abuse
mechanics abuse. Oh, you love to see it. Hey, at least it's a banger. At least it's a banger with it. We all love Dragon Force, you know.
Yeah, we love Dragon Force.
If only I could cover.
Yeah. If only I could like distinguish a Dragon Force song from another one, but I still love Dragon Force.
That's true. But yeah, this is an iconic song by Taylor Swift, and it is a cover by Dragon Force, an absolute banger. All of Dragon Force's covers are so good. But yeah, let's get into this match. 200 BPM, gonna be all about those flow aim streams. Given the stature that Kehest has been presenting to us upon all the mechanics maps that we've seen thus far, the average viewer would assume that Kehest would have the advantage going into this map. But I'd like to mention, this map a lot less mechanically intensive and a lot more aim intensive. A lot of flow aim and control is going into this map, and I think that's gonna play in favor of squarem. As you can already see from the accuracies, this map is a lot more accessible for squarem right now, and honestly, this might be a bit of a dangerous pick for Kehest.
Yeah, this is not a speed pick, it's just a tapping pick. Like, if this map were like a slightly faster. Let me do a bit. And we see the flow aim break for Kehest actually. And squarem is taking the lead and maybe first breakpoint and first point of the match now.
Oh, still a bit too early to say Trick Lash. We still have about like 1,500 combo left in the tank, but squarem is looking very, very good going into this into the second third of the map with a bunch of issues, and we are right back into the action. This map is unrelenting in its flow aim, and squarem's just eating all of it right now, not to mention a very solid 2% acne. I think this is what squarem was playing into, you know, expecting that Kehest would go for the mechanics of this and attempt this Noah 2. But we move into the KI and squarem is gonna find a miss as we open in, and Kehest is demolishing it.
Squarem just lost for 2 seconds control of the cursor. And Kehest can actually take advantage of this. It's a 37k lead now. Kind of thin. Now there's a small free combo section. We may actually see Kehest taking the lead again. But is it gonna last? There's still at least 1 minute of the map left, and it's unrelenting. It's 7.8 stars of pure flow aim at 200 BPM.
Yeah, it's looking very dangerous for squarem right now. He has to hope for a miss from Kehest to come soon. But I mean, time is running out. Last quarter of the map, last KI of the map coming very soon. And I mean, it is Kehest is basically doubling squarem going into the final sliders of the map. Nerves are at an all-time high. Squarem knows how close it is, and Kehest really wants to try to perpetuate this score lead as much as possible, and we get straight into the flowing streams. But it looks like Kehest is not gonna back down.
It was just a chain miss, literally just. This is the level of this match. Squarem chain misses on just one stream. But then we see Kehest breaking, and yeah, there's not gonna be enough map.
Yeah, very punishing map to lose control of, and I think the placement of Kehest misses were just better than squarem's. You know, squarem they both held equal combo, but squarem held towards the sort of middle section of the map. A lot more punishing than Kehest, who missed earlier on in the map. But that's it. I mean, Kehest taking this match 5-0 and really putting squarem in between a rock and a hard place. And it looks like squarem is basically throwing in a towel, asking anything else you want to play. It is.
I mean, it's no, that's not the way to see this. I mean, river sweeps are possible, and squarem is still a very good player and can definitely beat Kehest in a lot of picks. That's just no, come on. It's 5-0. There's still 2 points. Kehest still needs to win a map and then another map. It's not decided yet.
Yep, that's right. But well, we'll have to see how it goes.
And I mean, are there really any picks that are definitely in Kehest's favor now? Like maybe, I don't know. I'm guessing kinda DT4, but not really actually. Not really.
I mean, when you're going up against an all-rounder like Kehest, it's very difficult to play into him, right? You've already had a lot of your options shut down with the Hidden 2 loss, the Hard Rock 3 loss, and basically Kehest has won a pick or won a point on every single mod slot, so generally it's gonna be very tough for squarem to find anything.
Both players are now insisting that they have no picks. I kind of doubt that. I mean, either that or we're just gonna see a ton of close points now and more cinema for us. So at the end, in the end of the day, the commentators win and the spectators win. We got that kind of
picking. Amanita, please.
Lock in, please.
Oh my god, they're match fixing chat. T-Com, Tony Bed.
This tournament is so gonna get unbadged.
Oh, I don't like this hard. Oh, he does not like this hard one chat.
That's late.
Oh, okay, but we are going for Amanita. Alright.
It's been picked.
Banger!
Amanita. It is sort of a light tech kind of rhythm intensive map. I remember this map. I think I played it.
Yeah, a bit of mech tech here and there, right? 194 BPM. It's a very run of a mill hard rock 1 pick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of gimmicky though. Not that much, but kind of gimmicky still.
Yeah, the patterning is a bit awkward. It is a bit awkward by nature of the style, but at the end of the day, what it's testing is your overall comfort on hard rock, and 2, your overall comfort on mechanics. This is a very, very solid consistency pick coming in at 3 minutes and 23 seconds long. So yeah, it's just gonna be a showdown, or a war of attrition, if you will, for that amount of time. Let's see how it goes.
It's a hard rock sort of pick. They're gonna hard rock it so hard. They are hard rocking.
Even I hard rock.
They're hard rock. Actually, the scores are still a carbon copy of each other. They hit hundreds in like literally the same spots. And now we see a slight accuracy advantage for Kehest, but it's very, very slight. Just literally a war of attrition. Just a few 100s make the difference.
Yeah, squarem gonna be the one to find that first miss, and yeah, it is going to be rough. I think the mental definitely is. Okay, Kehest does find a miss. I was gonna say, I don't think the mental is really in favor of squarem going into the map like this, but you know, in a very, very quick turn of events, that scoreline has shifted in favor of squarem, although Kehest is now bringing the game in with that combo. You move into the KI, and both of these players are decimating it. Hold on, squarem does find
a break.
Kehest is gonna walk towards the end of this.
It's not traded. The miss is not traded actually, and he is actually holding on to the deep spike Gummy, and yeah.
Yeah, the scoreboard opens up. Kehest knows that he has that combo lead, probably feeling more and more confident in himself. Meanwhile, there's nothing really that squarem can do apart from try his best to hold as much as possible. 500 combo coming in from Kehest right now, and I mean, time is running out, but there is still half of the map left, so I wouldn't want to call any shots as of right now.
The map is long. It's 3 minutes and a half, and we are still at the halfway point. It's not really a situation where one miss changes everything, because these players have missed before, but yeah, we see squarem missing onto a jump, and Kehest getting again a combo lead, which loses they lose onto the burst, and then squarem trades. Just trades after trades after trades, same accuracy, same combos.
Yeah, this is a map with a lot of these spikes. I think a lot of the flow, the XL patterns are very easy to find misses on, similar to the No Mod 2, a very, very punishing and volatile map if you're just a bit off on that control. However, it is still competitive, I'd say, and with that chain miss from Kehest, it might be enough for squarem. Does find a miss, however, last quarter of the map, and I mean, squarem definitely had a shot. I think going into that this fight, but with the accuracy and combo lead in the hands of Kehest, last quarter of the map, and unless you see a chain miss coming from Kehest, that scoreline is just gonna stagnate. That miss does come up from Kehest, however. But I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be enough time for squarem despite this final KI being so.
Oh, there could be.
There
could be.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Squarem just needs to hit all the streams.
Oh my goodness.
They just need to hit all the streams, and they're actually doing it.
Oh!
They're doing it. Oh my god, it's 10k.
Oh my goodness,
9k. It's so close. It's 6k. It's 5k.
Oh
my god. Oh my. Is there gonna be enough? Drop from squarem. No, Bancho, please, no. No, Bancho, please, no.
Enough. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be.
Oh my god. It was enough. It actually was enough. It was enough.
Holy crap!
7k.
I'm eating my words. My bad. I was not familiar with squarem's game. Goddamn.
Right at the end on those Axel Diesel streams with Hard Rock. That's just where squarem found the small lead that was enough to gain a point on Kehest. Oh wow.
Yeah,
but just straight up going from it. Just straight up going from it's over to fuck it we ball to we're so back in like 30 seconds.
We are so back indeed, but Kehest shoots back with a GT4 pick, and I mean Trick Lash, you were talking right. this is probably Kehest's most expected pick. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really favor him all that much. Of course, the GT is gonna play in favor of Kehest, but at the end of the day, a map like this is still very. It's a lot less mechanics. I think it's a lot less mechanics for Kehest to abuse, and with that, it provides an opportunity for squarem to perhaps bring something back.
I mean, it's an old map. It's a Val 0108 map. It's 420 BPM, which is like a 210 BPM stream all the way through the map, which is still 2 minutes. And yeah, it's not speed again. It's not flow. I mean, it's something that squarem could really take back from Kehest. Yeah, Kehest just used their safest picks in the beginning, and now we may see actually the tight turn.
Yeah, that's right. But we're gonna have to wait and see. Let's get into Talent Shredder No Mod 4. A very, flow intensive.
What do you mean no mod?
DT4, pardon me. A very flow intensive finger control GT map coming in at 280 BPM. I believe that's correct. Wait, that's not correct. That is not correct. That is not correct. It's like 280 times 1.5, which is 420. I'm sure that's right.
Yeah, 420 BPM.
Yeah.
And it's literally Talent Shredder with DT. This will kill a 2012 player, like right in an instant.
Say your device. What can I say?
This is something the 2012 All-Player mind cannot comprehend.
Oh, it is, and instantly we get to see what this map is all about. Honestly, Talent Shredder at its peak, right? I don't even know what's happening. These players kind of just reacting to what's happening. I don't even know if they're following the rhythm on a map like this.
Yeah, they kind of are. Squarem fights the first break. They were both assessing the beginning section. Just casually assessing Talent Shredder with DT, I guess. That's something humans do. Yes, now we're still with a full combo with a 98% accuracy. Squarem finding some breaks here and there. The lead is 35k for Kehest. Gami, and at this break...
Yeah, I mean, this is a very, very short map. I believe one of the shortest in the pool, coming in at only 2 minutes long. So with that additional miss from squarem, I mean, Kehest has a lot of leg room to work with. Despite this map being relatively RNG, Kehest does find a miss, however, and that is going to present an opportunity for squarem to make the comeback. Another miss from Kehest as well, but squarem does fall a bit flat. Second half of the map, and both players just going back and forth, trading their misses. 50k right now. That scoreline is decreasing slowly but surely, but with that miss from squarem, it's going to continue to shift back in favor of Kehest.
Yeah. Kehest with a small accuracy lead hitting the 210 BPM burst, still leading slightly. It's mostly like the early lead though that's doing it for Kehest right now. The score lead seems to be kind of stable at 65. And actually Kehest finds a slider break, and now it may be squarem's occasion. Yeah, they just need to do another hard rock one again and hold that combo. Right now.
I mean, Trick Lash, I'm not gonna outscore him again after what we saw from that hard roll one. Last quarter of the map, 40k, final KI coming in. The shredding is in progress, 30k, and it's gonna continue to decrease rapidly with that miss from Kehest. It is going to shift over very, very quickly. Last ace of the map, how long can squarem hold on to it? Kehest finds another miss as well, and squarem is undergoing.
They're shredding the talent! They are shredding the talent! Oh my god!
Oh,
the talent has been shredded so hard!
Trick Lash, it went it's so doom fucking revolve. The holy shit, we are so back!
Squarem team keeps winning now. You mean, it was just like, in those like, B-series, like those kids shonen animes where like the protagonist gets almost beaten to an inch of their death by the villain, and then at some point they just fight back. Like if you root for Squarem, this is literally just like an episode of one of those animes.
Yeah, but that's it. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, and let's look at the facts. Kehest is still 3 points up against Squarem. Squarem still needs to win 2 more break points, I believe, against Kehest. So it is still going to be a very uphill battle for Squarem to fight. But hey, like you mentioned, Tricklash, reverse sweeps can happen. This is progress.
It's exactly, which is like, it's like a 28.57% progress for squarem.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's 5 points to go, or either that or 2 points for Kehest. Nomad 1.
Banger alert, chat, banger alert.
It survive.
You know, this Nomad 1 pick, although it looks a bit risky, I can actually see where squarem's head is in going for this Nomad 1 pick. You've won the Hard Rock 1, you took out the your opponent took out the hidden one, and you know this is sort of your aim mechanics map. And against a player like Kehest, who's very well rounded in a lot of different skill sets, a more balanced Nomad 1 where you can just leave it to like natural devices or RNGesus. I definitely think this Nomad 1 could be a good pick for squarem going into like sort of a mental reset-ish pick. It's gonna be interesting. I'm also personally very happy to see Wagamama Raika survive in this pool. An absolute banger. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it's just you do trust on your consistency and your 4-digit tournament player mechanics and try to snipe. I just hit my microphone. Oops.
Oh. Oh, alright, ladies and gentlemen. With that, let's get into Nomad 1 survive. Kehest gonna open up the map with that first miss. Squarem gonna hold a slight early advantage in terms of combo. The accuracy, however, is keeping Kehest with a slight score lead. But of course, it is still early days. Anything can happen. 3 minutes long. Let's see how this Nomad 1 goes.
Right now, it's a lead for Kehest. Mainly due to the accuracy, which is 99%. Squarem still full combo, but with a worse accuracy right now. But we'll see. It's the Nomad 1 and it's the beginning, Gami, so...
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the build-up is happening, the pressure is on. It's in maps like this where you need to keep your mental. Squarem does find a miss, however, that is going to be rough right before the KI as well. Not quite what you want to see, but I mean, we saw Kehest miss at the beginning of the map. Perhaps that's just him getting accustomed to the map, but I mean, if that's any cause for signification, it might be an opportunity for Kehest to miss. You jump straight into the KI, both players hitting that div spike, and as of right now, it is still in favor of Kehest as we move into the second half of the KI.
It's a 500 combo and a 99.24% accuracy for Kehest. Seems to smash this Nomad 1 with her, but never mind, because they actually find a miss on a jump, and now it's squarem's occasion to be able to claw back again just one more point towards the 5-3, which may become more. And another miss for Kehest.
That's right, Tricklash. Squarem back in the game with those two misses from Kehest. Hits that div spike at the very end and is now looking to walk towards the second slow section of the map. However, I think we already saw, how RNG this map can be. Really, you blink once and you can find a miss. Focus is the name of the game in a map like this, and we're moving into the last layer of the map. Focus is what Squarem needs in order to secure this point. 600 combo, and we're getting into the slidery section of the map.
Squarem just seems to be the player of the ending combos that change things. There's just an overarching theme that's starting to form in this match.
Yeah,
98% accuracy, 700 combos, still going. Now a 100,000 point lead. Oh my god.
Final KI in the map. Squarem has the lead in his hands. 800 combo and counting. Final 8 of the map. Squarem is unrelenting, racing towards the end. 900 combo. Squarem, lock the fuck in!
Just awakened. He's just awakened.
There's no way! There's no way he does that! Oh!
He actually finds misses. Is there gonna be enough map for Kehest though? It's a 200k lead, is there's not gonna be enough.
Not even close. That is a decisive victory for Squarem. And ladies and gentlemen, we are so back ×3. Holy crap!
And we're back to times 5 to 3. And now it's Kehest's pick. So now Kehest has taken on to has lost 3 points of lead.
Yeah.
I still think he's favored in this pick. But let's see.
Oh, let's see.
And we see the Hard Rock 4. Yeah.
And I think we're already right. We're starting to see a trend as we go into the mid game that Kehest is running out of solid picks. You know, as of right now, you know, squarem is kind of just throwing things on the board, and that's kind of what you need against a player like Kehest. At the end of the day, where squarem lets his hair down is where he's able to play at his best, and we're seeing just that happen right now. 5 to 3, and that score line or that point line is getting closer and closer. Although, as you mentioned, right, Straight Lash with this Hard Rock pick, Kehest going into it has won that Hard Rock 3, so there is confidence in the Hard Rock control picks. But then again, I mean, as the momentum from squarem continues to build, maybe we'll see a different story.
Yeah, honestly, this pick in particular is Hard Rock 4. I think I know this Hard Rock 4. It's kind of a flow tech-ish type of pick, which is, again, in Kehest's most favored sort of maps. Like earlier, like I think 2 picks earlier, I was saying Hard Rock 4 could have been like a good pick for Kehest. Seems to have actually been picked, so we'll see if I was right or not. It can go to 6-3 or to 5-4, which is very close. Also, Kyutatsugi equals banger. I love this sort of songs. I swear, I am a tech enthusiast so much.
I just realized I was using my face cam, my webcam mic. I'm actually so pissed. Wait, I'm actually so pissed.
I actually thought your mic quality was just that low. Like, I'm not gonna comment on that. Actually, I am gonna comment on squarem finding some slider breaks at the beginning, and he is holding onto the Hard Rock CS 5.2 tech sliders.
Oh my goodness, and we are just jumping straight into it, right? This is your end-all be-all of no more 4 slider tech. These slider ticks on some of these patterns are so incredibly intense, especially tagged along that AR-10 and that 4CS. You have to follow these. You have to follow these sliders. And Kehest is going to continue to hold as squarem seems to really be struggling to hold combo on a map like this.
And it seems that it was actually way more slider techy than I remember. My bad. He is holding on to a 94% accuracy, a 93k score on this map, which is a 7.5 stars slider tech with Hard Rock, which is something I cannot even comprehend, honestly.
Yeah, that's right. It is still competitive. 50k separates both of these players, but I think the trend of this map is nobody is able to hold any sort of combo. There is going to be, I believe, a slowdown section in the map, and that is going to even things out as squarem now has a slight combo lead against Kehest. Gonna slowly but surely drag that scoreline towards the right side. But I mean, it's gonna take time, and when the sliders come back online, there's just more room for Kehest to go that scoreline. And as squarem finds them during the alt section, oh, it's looking very rough.
Chain miss.
Yeah.
That was a very unfortunate chain miss from squarem. And that actually may be very decisive on the result of this pick.
Oh my god.
Just
squarem tabbed out of Osu there. Went to go play block blast.
Squarem is just like, yeah, it's over. Time to go play games on my phone.
He's toggling chat. He's gonna ask you the rest.
Of course. Oh, now I see why they always have to the ending.
Yeah, but as we go into the final KI of the map, this is the mech tech section. The aim in this section so incredibly intensive. The sliders as well do these players no favors. Despite not having any slider ticks, the aim, the speed, the precision required is just so intense. nobody in the lobby able to hold any sort of combo whatsoever, and with that, I mean, that scoreline just gonna stagnate in favor of Kehest. 7% ag lead with the overarching combo lead in this matchup. What can you even do? Kehest is in his ballpark. He is in his element, and there's nothing squarem can do to defend against the onslaught that is Kehest.
Just casually assessing those space streams and the sliders that come right after, just assessing all of those. I mean, the Kehest really deserves this 6 point at this point. And yeah, that went just as I predicted, actually. 6-3. Now squarem needs to do another 4 of their miracles. And then it's over. Either that or just Kehest takes the breakpoint.
Yeah, that's right. squarem definitely needs more breakpoints to come where that came from. And given how the hard rock pool is still open to Kehest, I mean, it might be a bit rough. But then again, let's look optimistic. Let's look up optimistic. And, you know, it is still squarem's next pick. What will they go for? Switching back into the map pool, I really don't know. The picks are narrowing down right now. And honestly, I could definitely see a HD pick coming out from them.
Yeah. I'd say more Hidden 4 than Hidden 3. Hidden 3 is a sort of tech-ish map again, which squarem just lost, so maybe they may go for a Hidden 4. Maybe trying to go for the 210 BPM sort of, I think it's a kind of polyrhythm map, the UK Rampage map. Oh yeah.
UK Rampage, baby!
Yeah, and squarem says Hidden 3 or Hidden 4.
Yeah, I believe this is a sort of
Hidden 4
hybrid.
I so predicted this.
Yep. A lot of polyrhythm found in this map. Pretty similar to the ending KI of the Hard Rock 4 in terms of, you know, the slider aim requirement, but that is far from the main attraction of this map. This map is a devious panda map at the end of the day, right? And so it's gonna be a lot of those polyrhythms, a lot of 1-6, and a lot of tapping. I find it interesting that squarem chooses to go for this kind of pick into Kehest, but then again, I don't think the mechanics requirement or the mechanics benchmark is that out of his league to the point where he can't contest against Kehest. And for the record, we've only seen him being played once this matchup, and we've never seen, you know, a standard AR hit of the map come in. So perhaps things will be different on this Hidden 4.
Yeah, and I do think it's a good pick for squarem. Now we're waiting on to the map. I think I also played this one. Some of these maps I do know. They're kind of typical tournament picks, which I honestly love. I love tournament maps.
That's true. We should normalize overpooled maps, guys.
Normalize overpooled maps. Yeah, it's an experience check at some point.
That's true.
Waiting for Bancho to recognize squarem as a player.
Bancho just hits squarem. What can I say?
And now squarem goes, and now Kehest. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, some Bancho difficulties, but we should be in the lobby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UK Rampage, Jack the Ripper. Let's see how this goes. I think squarem still has a very uphill battle to fight, but if they are able to win this point, I mean, it is just a single break point that he has to win against Kehest to take this match to TB. So
it's finger control time, baby.
That's right. Finger control on Hidden, no less.
Yeah.
Rhythmic reading.
Hidden rhythmic reading with finger control.
Right.
Bancho, you okay? Okay. There we go. And we actually see the scores being kind of the same, even though squarem definitely has a combo lead. I'm guessing it was like an accuracy sort of thing, and squarem just broke before Kehest did. The score is flip-flopping, actually. There's not really... And I mean, the accuracy really counts in this sort of map, I think. There's gonna be a lot of breaks throughout the entirety of the map, and it's rhythmic, so there's gonna be a huge amount of accuracy difference between the two players. Which we don't actually see, though, but squarem finds a miss. And now Kehest really looks dangerous.
Yeah, miss on the aim. Definitely not what you want to see, but Kehest does trade it up very shortly. And once again, we are back dead even against both these players. The scoreline still so volatile towards either side. Second, third of the map right now. Gonna give these players some time to rest, some time to recuperate, but after this, it's full swing back into the action of the map. A 3% ad lead in Kehest is going to continue to, you know, up that score lead more and more towards the left side. But I mean, once again, we've seen how this map can go.
Yeah, now we're gonna go towards the difficulty spike, the last difficulty spike. Squarem needs to do another miracle again and FC the ending or something. That's the way I see a 6-4 happening. Otherwise, it's gonna be... And Kehest finds a miss, and now it's Squarem's opportunity. Is it gonna happen again? Not apparently right now. It's 4 misses on the burst.
Don't count him out, however, a bunch of chain missiles coming in from Kehest right now. Squarem is looking very, very good going into this final KI. His accuracy may drop, but not his combo. 15k score lead separates both these players right now, and that miss from Kehest not doing him any favors whatsoever. We move into the flow section of the map, and Squarem demolishing it this time. 200 combo and counting. That scoreline really wants to go over. Can Squarem get the additional push he needs before he finds that miss? It's looking very, very close going to the last quarter of the map. It is so thin on the wire.
Oh my, is it gonna happen again? Is it gonna happen again? That's Squarem. No, it's not gonna happen again. Oh my god, that was so unfortunate on the burst. And Kehest now with a combo lead, running away with this point, running away with the 7 point of the match, running away with the participation in the winner's circle 2025 right now. That's very unfortunate for Squarem.
I mean, there is still, you know, that last 8th of the map, but I don't know if there's gonna be enough time, even if Kehest finds a miss right now. And Squarem try as hard as he can, but Kehest, unmovable, unshakable as a rock, races towards the finish line, finally finds a miss, but it seems to be too late to matter whatsoever. That scoreline is gonna look close. But with that miss from Squarem to seal the deal, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this lower side finals matchup is gonna be C2 Kehest, and they'll be moving forward to the grand final stage. Wait, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. No, that's not right. That's not right. Wait, no, that's not right. They move into second finals. GG Gamili.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And that was your match. Congratulations for Kehest for winning this losers finals match. Extensively good performance from both of these players. It's really been a pleasure to come to shoutcast this match. It's been so hype. Oh my god, it's been really... I am not used to this sort of hype in a match, and it's wow.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here as well with you, Trick Lash. I think overall Squarem had some ups, had some downs in this gameplay, but really Kehest found his footing a lot quicker than Squarem did, and I think that's what allowed him to generate that early momentum and eventually secure it, albeit with a bit of precariousness going into the last portion of that matchup. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. A win is a win, and Kehest will be moving forward in the losers bracket to face up against, I believe, Houstonot to decide who moves on to face in the grand finals bracket. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Gami Triola. Huge shout outs to Trick Lash for being my lovely co-cast for this match, alongside Ben as well for being the streamer. Any last words from you, Trick Lash?
Honestly, nothing much to say. The double hypecaster lineup was something really interesting. I'd like to thank the staff for letting me co-cast this finals match. We're getting onto the really important ones. I am still new in the casting scene. You may have kind of figured that out.
Yeah.
It's still been very much of a pleasure. I especially enjoyed looking at literally looking at the players play. Those are just two extremely skilled players, and it's been a blast, honestly.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine, Trick Lash. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Do come back later on. I believe we have a matchup tomorrow at 14 UTC Sunday. That one is going to be Have versus KRZY in the winner side of finals. That's definitely an exciting match to see, nonetheless. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all once again so much for watching. This has been the Winner Circle. My name has been Gary Trilla. His name has been Tricklash. And we will see you in the next stream. Goodbye!
Goodbye.